Hello, John, and again, congratulations on your first Corvette ship. Would you like my recommendations for next step?
Yes, I'm standing here trying to decide, of all the options I have, which is the best single next step to take. And I can't really decide.
I understand, John. Since you need gold in order to build solar panels and continue on your base computer archive missions, and since you want to continue to upgrade your Corvette, and the fastest way to do that is through finding additional Corvette modules that you can use to trade for higher class modules, I recommend traveling across systems until you locate one or more planets that have salvageable scrap. Ideally, if you can find a planet with salvageable scrap that also has fauna on it, you could continue to scan fauna and try to locate all fauna on the planet for the additional manite upgrade.
I think I agree with you, Maddie. I think I agree. I think it's time to take the starship out for a spin. I've got weapons, I've got a shield, even though it's very basic. I don't know what my handling is on this thing yet, but it's not going to matter. I think I should create some warp cells so I have a little bit of extra fuel for my warp drive, and I should find a salvageable scrap planet. I should find gold. I should basically find the next solar system to explore.
I'm glad you concur, John. I think that is an excellent idea, and I'm excited for us to continue our mission together in the next solar system.
Great. Glad you're happy too. All right, I'm going to take off, and I'm going to head to the next system. Maiden voyage. Here we go. We're taking off. See how she handles. She looks like a big block, but that's okay because I'm not going to do a lot of decor and silhouette improvement until I have a lot more resources to do that. G6 water. Let's do this. Let's go. Here we go. First warp in my Corvette. Oh yeah. Looks like I left my landing bay down. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe that's just my landing gear. All right. 5 planets. Let's scan the planets real quick before I land at the station and see what we got. Calcified. Salvageable scrap on a dusty planet. Excellent. Excellent. I'm probably headed there. Paradise planet. Ancient bones. Might be nice for finding salvage data. Abandoned planet. Cactus flesh. Hot planet selenium. Okay, so I'm headed to the station, and then it looks like I'm going to head for the one planet in the system that does have salvageable scrap. Yeah. All right, I'm going to land. I'm going to check out what the resources are available at the terminal here at the station. I'll upgrade my single inventory slot. I'll upgrade on my Corvette, I'll upgrade my exosuit slot for one more and see if I can find gold. And then we'll head off and start salvaging scrap. All right, heading in, picking up some supplies. See what else is available. I do not have any upgrade options for my multi-tool yet. I will get my exosuit upgrade. I think I'm actually going to want to do it up in the technology area. Let's see what's available at the Galactic Terminal. Emergency signal scanner. Now I can get $1 million for that, but I can also use that to go do a derelict freighter and get parts. Interesting. Actually, at this point in time, I am going to sell this emergency signal scanner for $1 million. I'd rather have the money in order to buy some of the things I need. Now let's go down and add my inventory augmentation to the Corvette. I'm going to add the augmentation up here to technology because I'm going to need it for sure. All right, I believe I'm now ready to say that my first Corvette build is complete, and it's now time to start rummaging for salvageable scrap to start adding on to my Corvette. And it'll be interesting to find in abandoned mode because it's not the expedition, it's not going through missions. It'll be interesting to see what I need to go through in order to actually upgrade the Corvette, you know, the core systems from C-class to something higher. I'm going to head down to the planet, build a second base, and start salvaging scrap. While I'm here, I can pick up some gold and some tritium. Here's the gold I need. Take advantage of opportunities that are presented to you, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what our dusty planet looks like for salvaging scrap. Oh wow, it's going to be quite hilly. That's going to be a real pain. Great. That's almost a bummer. Alright, I decided to land and just look around a little bit here. I'll go take a look. Alright, I am here. Even though it's very mountainous, the terrain can make it difficult to move over. But I'm here on a planet with salvageable scrap. So I've marked the first location. And I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I need to collect units through salvage data and any other valuable items I can find. And I need to start collecting a lot of Corvette modules via salvage containers. So I'm going to try to take advantage of my Corvette and its capabilities, even over not fun terrain like this. All right, let's open up the hatch. Take an eyeball at where we're going. I'm going to jump down. And this is what the pattern is going to look like for a while. Find salvage containers, break through the various parts, get to the center, collect the Corvette modules, get back up to my Corvette. Oh, it's way up there. I'm kind of high, aren't I? And continue the process, looking for buildings on the way, looking for valuable items. Hey, let's take advantage of the teleporter. How about that? All right, onward. Let's pick a general direction. Let's mark the next salvage container. Let's keep on moving. All right, next location. Let's jump down, grab some salvage data. Notice this will be part of the pattern here. Collect salvage data, modules, get it in my exosuit. I need to transfer those modules over to my starship or my storage containers in my starship so I can keep the modules moving, keep my exosuit free, and be able to keep flying around like this, collecting more and more salvage data. Here's another very valuable part of working across a planet is when you come across drop pods, take advantage of it. Buildings, nanites, tech upgrades, anything like that you come across. Obviously, ships that are down, take advantage of it when you're there. Absolutely. Here's an example of some valuable commodities I'll be able to sell. Take advantage of that. Here is a manufacturing facility I've come across, so I want to be sure and check it out, see if I can solve it, and get some blueprints or upgrades.
John, calcified planets can contain exotic ossified stars. You should come back to that planet and try to collect some.
Okie dokie, I'll do that. Sounds good. Here's another part of your Corvette salvaging and upgrading loop is managing inventory. You'll collect Corvette modules. They'll be in your exosuit inventory. You may put them in your starship, storage containers. You need to end up moving all that into your Corvette cache inventory so that as you collect more and more of them, you can keep them all in one place without them taking up your exosuit and your starship inventory. And then pretty soon you'll start going through the process of trading salvaged Corvette parts for parts you really want or parts that are upgrades.
No free slots in suit inventory.
And so the loop continues, moving parts between your starship, your exosuit, and over to your Corvette workshop, your cache inventory. I can see how your slots can fill up pretty darn quick. Looks like you have 160 slots in your cache inventory. And definitely it's a little bit of work to manage moving all the parts in between exosuit, starship, and the cache. Another important part of the loop while you're at the space station is to sell anything you can for units. Salvage data, items you've picked up as part of collecting that salvage data. Here's some weathered gear worth almost $1 million. Good stuff. Okay, now that I've collected some more core parts, it's time to add a little bit to the Corvette. I'm in abandoned mode. My main goal is going to be exploration. So I need to continue to improve my power and my maneuverability, but I also need to start adding some more storage. So I've got plenty of room for my storage containers and things like that. Plus I need to add some ever improving weapons as I go. There's not a huge need for weapons in abandoned mode, but there will be sentinel situations where I'll have an opportunity to maybe do some damage. Here I'm playing around with cargo capsules, and I can't add them yet because adding them doesn't do anything to increase my cargo capacity until I upgrade the Corvette some more. So I took those back out. Here I'm going to place storage and a nutrition station, very convenient to the cockpit, so that as I'm getting in the Corvette and getting in and out of the cockpit, I can very quickly access additional storage and the refiner unit to do any refining that I want to do. And now we will continue scanning planets, looking for opportunities to collect more salvage data and to collect more Corvette parts, obviously. So I'm scanning each of the planets in this solar system. Salvageable scrap. That looks like a great opportunity. First thing we want to do in this new system is run over to the station. Do our work that we usually do every time we hit a new station in a new solar system. It's great how they've been able to add the Corvette station areas to those existing space stations. So grab the supplies I can grab, upgrade my exosuit inventory space. I'm gonna probably continue to do technology space upgrades because I'm gonna need that. And then let's jump back into the Corvette and let's add, now that I've collected some, additional hab units so I've got more space inside my Corvette. Early on like this, it's going to look pretty blocky. I'm not spending a lot of time with smoothing out edges and the neat stuff that goes on the outside. I'm focused on overall space and adding storage. And now that I'm adding space, I need to also start adding some more verticality to the Corvette. So put some internal ladders in so I can get up to the hab units that I've just added. So here's an ambassador class hab. We're going to add some storage. And we are then going to prepare to head out again in this new solar system to do additional salvage data collection and unit collection. All in my new Corvette that needs a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun.